All right, welcome to Success Math 110 class, workbook class. And today we want to continue from where we stopped yesterday on our Math 110. So I have a manual now. We have a manual. Please continue from where we stopped in the last workbook class. We're asked to solve page what? What page are we on? Page 14, number 3B. We have done I yesterday, right? We stopped at I yesterday. So we're doing I today, right? You say we should solve for I, right? I. Class for I. We have 1 all over x minus y root c plus 2 all over x plus y root c. Class, we have to solve this. 1 all over x minus y root c plus 2 all over x plus y root c. Please, those at the back, no noise. Please, no noise. We are recording this class and your noise is affecting our class. Not just this present class, but our recording. Please, if you want to talk, go outside. This class is being recorded. If you want to talk, go outside. You should come to a class to come and read, not to talk. Please, we are saying please. Class, this is a sort, x minus y root c, x plus y root c. Class, notice that the first term of this denominator is x, second term is y root c, x, y root c. They have the same first and second term, The only difference between this and this is minus and. So they qualify to be difference of 2. Because anytime you have a plus b and a minus b side by side. So that the only difference between a and b, a plus b and a minus b is plus and. You are allowed to say this a square minus b. Anytime you have two expressions and the only difference between them is one is plus and the other is, you are allowed to take the first term a and square it and say minus. Take the second term b and do what? Square it. Now, how does that apply here, class? So x square, this will be x square minus y root c, or class, this is not the only way of doing this. You could as well decide to expand this. But you still arrive at this. This is a shorter form. You could as well decide to expand it by saying x times x squared, x times y root c, x y root c, minus y root c times x, minus x y root c, minus y root c times y root c. Do you understand? But this is a shorter form of doing it. Class, so the product of these two is this. Class, this divided by this is this. It's x plus y root plus this divided by this is but times 2, right? Plus times, that's 2 into bracket x minus y root c. So that we now have x plus y root c plus, let's use 2 to open the bracket, 2 times x, 2 times minus y root c minus 2y root c. Class, this kind of question will not have a final definite answer. We'll just simplify it to the simplest possible form. Simply, because we don't know who is x, we don't know who is y, we don't know who is c. So this kind of question will not have a final answer like 2 or 3 or 4 is the answer. No. Just simplify it to the simplest possible form. All over x squared minus plus y. This square affects both y and root c. Minus y squared root c squared. Cancels. Square cancels square root, right? Leaving with just what? C. So the expansion of this is y square c. Y square what? Now coming to this side, x plus 2x, 3x, plus y root c minus 2y root c. Class, plus y means plus 1y. Plus 1 minus 2 minus 1 y root. Why could these two people do something together? Because they have the same elements in their sword, right? C. They have the same elements in their. So we could add up their coefficients. Class, anytime you have 2 root a plus 3 root a, These two sorts can add up because they both have the same root A. Just add up 2 plus 3. You say 5 root 3 root C minus 2 root C, because they have the same element. 3 minus 2, 1 root. So 1y root C minus 2y root C, they have root C. You say plus 1y minus 2y. Plus 1 minus 2 is minus 1y root. And we have said x plus 2x, 3. So we're left with 3x minus 1y root C. 1y is written as y, right? We don't need to be writing the 1. All over x squared minus y squared C. Class, at this junction, we can't go any further. Had it been we had a surd in the denominator, what would we have done? Rationalize the denominator. But at this point, class, as long as there is no surd in the denominator, this is the simplest possible form of this question. This is the simplest possible form of this question. 3x minus y root C all over x squared minus y squared C. 3x minus y root C all over x squared minus y squared C. Class, what's the next question? Page 16. Page 16, number what? 16. 1 5 or 1 6? 1 5. 1 6. Number. Which one is number 4B? There's no, okay, number B. Everything in that page 16. Everything in page 16. Okay. Everything in page 16. Please write fast. Write fast. They can't be waiting for you to write, and they will not. Video data is. Yes. It's calling me now. All right. I'm at 120 workbook solution continuation. Let's go. We have that if x equals 1 over 2 into bracket 2 minus root 3, express 6x squared minus 5x in its simplest form. Question said if x equals 1 over 2 into bracket 2 minus root 3, express 6x squared minus 5x in its simplest form. Class, x is 1 over 2 minus root 3. Anyway, we see x here, we can replace it with 1 over 2 minus root 3. So that will be 6 into bracket 1 over 2 minus root 3, all square, or what? Minus 5x, right? Minus 5 into bracket, which x? 1 over 2 into bracket 2 minus root. Are we together, class? Okay. Now, we now say we have to expand this. We have to expand. This means 6 into brackets 1 over 2 minus root 3, which is same thing as 2 minus root 3 all over 2. 1 over 2 minus root 3 is same thing as 2 minus root 3 all over another 2 minus root 3 all over. Do you agree? That 1 over 2 minus root 3 can be written as 2 minus root 3 divided by, this one can be discarded, right? 1 is the easiest person to let go, but 1 does not change anything. 1 times 2 is still 2. 1 times 3 is still 3. So class, this guy square means this guy in two places. And we have established that this guy is same thing as 2 minus root 3 all over 2. So write this thing twice. 2 minus 3 over 2. 2 minus root 3 all over minus. Let me not squeeze your money. Minus 5 into brackets. Okay, let's start expanding. This guy can expand already. Okay, the minus 5 into bracket 2 minus root 3 all over. This guy system has 2 minus root 3 all over 2. Now let's expand. Let us. Can we use difference of two squares here? No. Because it's minus and So we have to expand normally. 6 into bracket. Leave this 6 out first. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times minus root 3, minus 2 roots. Please work with me, please. If I mistakenly put a minus instead of a plus, let me know. Follow me, let's learn together. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times minus root 3, minus 2 roots. This guy has multiplied this 2, Abby. Yeah. Now it's this guy's turn to go through this. Yeah. Minus root 3 times 2, minus 2 roots, minus 2 roots. Minus root 3 times minus root 3, minus times minus. Plus. Minus times minus is plus. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Class, when multiplying two sources of the same element, the answer is the element. The answer is the good. All over 2 times 2. Minus expand. Let minus 5 expand this bracket. Minus 5 times 2 minus 5 times minus root 3 plus 5 root. All over. Follow. 6 into bracket 4. 4 plus 3. 4 plus this 3 is 7. Minus 2 root 3 minus 2 root 3. Minus 4 root. Because minus 2 minus 2 is minus 4. So minus 4 root 3. Close the bracket. We have reduced this bracket somewhere, right? Yes. All over 4. But 2 here, 2 here, 3. So do you allow me to write 3 here and 2 here? Yes. Someone that is copying, if you look up and say, where is that 6 that was here? Because you're not following us. Wait into that 6. You are writing here, you're just copying, you're not following us. 6 divided by 4, 2 here, 2 here. Minus 10 plus 5 roots all over LC is 2, right? Cancelling these 2 people to have the same LC. You understand? 2 into 1 into bracket 3 into 7 minus 4 roots minus 2 into 2 minus 10 plus 5 roots. Class, this 3 is to open the brackets, right? Yes. 3 times 7. 3 times minus 4 root 3. Minus 12 root. Minus 10 plus 5 root. All over. These 2 are the same elements, right? Yes. First of all, 21 minus 10. 11. 21 minus 10. 11. Now minus 12 plus 5 root 3. Minus 12 plus 5 minus 7 root all over 11 minus 7 root 3 all over 2. Final 11 minus 7 root 3 all over 2. Final answer. Please write fast at the record. This thing. I better take care. Next question now. Please, can I have the manual back? Solve for x. Solve for x. The next question says solve for x. This is II, page 15. Page 16, II, page 16I. The one we did before was II. This II now. Solve for x. Solve for in root 3. All over x plus root 3. Minus 1 all over x minus root 3 equals solve for x, solve for and root 3 all over x plus root 3 minus 1 all over x minus root 3 equals 0. Class, this one they say solve for x, you get the final answer. This one does say simplify. So you must get the final. Let's go now, class. Solve for. What's the first thing that comes to mind, class, is to find the LCM, right? Yes. Is this difference of 2 squares? Yes. For this x root 3, the difference between them is plus and minus. So you say x, take this x squared, minus take this root 3 square. Take this x squared, minus take this root 3, do what? Squared. Now class, this guy divided by this guy is this person under here. But times this. That will be root 3 into bracket x minus root. Minus this person divided by this person, this person under here times 1, which is 1. Minus, but use a bracket to protect this guy plus root 3. Everybody equals to 0. Equals to what? 0. So it means that if we cross multiply at this point, class, no matter what we do under here is 0. Is what? 0. It means that we are left with the numerator equals to 0. Because cross multiply, this guy times 0 is 0. 0 going through everybody here will give you what? So what we're left with actually is the numerator only, root 3 into bracket x. Let's expand the numerator. Root 3 times x. Root 3x, right? Root 3 times minus root 3. Minus 3. Minus. Because root 3 times 3 is 3, but it's a minus. Please follow, don't just be copying. Use minus to open this bracket. Minus times x minus. Minus times plus root 3. It equals no more denominator, right? What happens to the denominator? 0 will kill everybody under when you cross. We're looking for x, don't forget. So we have root 3x, let's collect like 10. Root 3x minus x. Now, this minus 3, root 3x, which is mean root 3x actually. When we multiply root 3 times x, it should be x root 3. X root. Root 3 times x should actually give us x root. So x root 3 minus x minus 3 minus root 3 equals 0. Now follow me. Bring minus 3 and minus root 3 to this side. X root 3 minus x equals to minus 3 goes there and becomes 3 plus root. Their sign will change, right? Factorize x from these two places. Bring out x here. You have root 3 minus 1 minus equals to 3 plus. Make x to the formula. Divide both sides by root 3 minus. Root 3 minus 1 cancel root 3 minus 1. So that x 3 plus root all over final. Of course, if I want to go further, I can actually find the real value of root 3. Square root of 3 should be 1.732. You will now say 3 plus 1.732, right? Divided by square root of 3 is 1.732. 1.732 minus 1, right? Get your final answer. How should you want to do it? I'll say 3 plus root 3. Root 3 is 1.732. That's 3 plus 1.732. All over root 3 is 1.732 minus. If you want to go further out, 3 plus 1 will give you 3.732. 1.732. Sorry, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 4.732. 1.732 minus 1, 0.7. Yes. You will now say 4.732 divided by 0.73. No, we don't need to rationalize when we're already done now. We're looking for a final answer. You want to rationalize again. The value of root 3 can be obtained. It's if you have to simplify it. But I want to get my final answer. I don't need to. Yes, this guy, if I left my answer like this, I could have rationalized it. But I want to get the final. I don't need rationalization again, right? I'll just find, I can know square root of 3 in calculator now. So give me the final answer. Since it's software, let's get the final answer. Software, so what will it be? Did you confirm that root 3 is 1.732? Can I use my head though? Is it 1.732? Square root of 3, check. Square root of 3, don't believe me too much. I'm more calculator. What's square root of 3, please? For this assignment, is your test. 1.732? Thank God. 3 plus 1.732, 4.73. So 1.732 minus 1, 0.732. Who has done 4.732 divided by 0.732? Yeah? 4.732 divided by 0.732. 6 point. So final answer for x is 6.464.
Yes.
So our final answer for x is 6.46. Fast, right. Find x class. We're back. This is page 16, question 3. Math 110 workbook, page 16, question I. We are asked to find x when root x plus 1 minus 1 equals to root x minus 2. Class, I think we also expected to get a definite answer here. We have to find x. Root x plus 1 what we'll do first is that because of the square roots, We are going to consider squaring both sides first. Find the square of both. To kill the square root, to kill the what? Square root. I was thinking of bringing, okay, let's square both sides. I was thinking of bringing this guy here, then putting this guy at 0. This guy over this guy, this guy over this guy. Find LCM. Let me square both sides first. Square. So what I'm going to have, this square will cancel this square root, right? Now if you're squaring this side, I'm going to have root x plus 1 minus 1 in two places, right? Root x plus 1 minus equals to x minus 2. We've squared both sides. Anytime you want to kill a square root, put a square. Square and square root don't agree, they cancel each other out. Expanding the bracket, root x plus 1 times root x plus 1 is x plus shape is x plus. They have the same elements. So when they are, just pick the answer is x plus 1. Root x plus 1 times minus 1 is minus root. Minus 1 times root x plus 1 minus root. Minus 1 times minus 1 equals to x minus. So this means minus 1 root x plus 1. This minus 1 root x plus. Because minus 1 minus 1 will be minus 2 root x plus. Watch out, I will do now. X plus 1. 1 plus 1 here is 2 plus. This is a plus, so you can. 1 plus 1 here is what? 2. So I have 2 plus x minus 2 root x plus equals to x minus 2. Bring these two guys to this side. Bring these two guys to this. What I'm left with only is minus 2 root x plus 1 equals this x minus 2 here already. When this plus x comes here, become minus. When plus 2 comes here, become minus. X minus x cancels each other at 0, right? You're left with minus 2 root x plus 1 equals to minus 2 minus 2. Minus 4. If minus can cancel minus in both sides, and you have 2 root x plus 1 equals to 4 equals to what? Square both. Okay, divide both side by 2 first. Divide both side by 2 here, 1. 2 cancels 2 here. 2 here, 1, 2 here. So you're left with root x plus 1 equals to square both. Square cancels square root. And 2 squares what? So the x plus 1 equals 4. X plus 1 equals 4. Bring 1 to this side, Abby. 4 minus, what's x? X is 3, class, for this question. X is 3, right fast, right. Right fast, right fast, right fast. X is 3. The root did not cover this minus 1. No, it did not cover it in the question. Check your manual there, check. Yes, it didn't cover it, yes. Yeah, you just square all of them now. If you only square this guy, you want us to only square this guy? No, you square everybody. When you are squaring both sides, it must affect even this minus 1. If you square this guy singly, square this guy singly, no. Class, root x plus 1 minus 1 is an expression already. They are intertwined together. It's just like saying 3x plus 5. They are already together. Don't say because this is a root, they are already what together. Is someone calling me? Okay, I'm blocking. Now there's a way of also checking if your solving is correct. Class, can we do it? Run a check on our answer. Let's run a check. How do we run a check? What was the main question? Root. Class, follow root x plus 1 minus 1, right? Equals to root x minus. But we got x as 3. Let's put 3 into this function. And what we have on the left hand side, if we also put 3 here, will it be what we have on the right hand? Last, replace x with 3. 3 plus 1 minus 1 equals to root, what's x? 3 minus 2. Square root of 4. 2 minus 1 equals to root 3 minus 2 is root. What's 2 minus 1? What's square root of 1? See that we are correct? Equation is the easiest thing to do because your answer you can check if you are correct or wrong. At the record, I beg. At the record, it's still pass. At the record. How are you laughing? But actually, apart from recording, how can I be teaching here? And meat can pass like this. Nigeria, which kind of school is this? Like someone that's selling meat can just pass. Someone that's selling chingon will just pass. In a academic environment where learning is going on. Are you ready for the next question? What's the next assignment? We are done with page 16. Page 11. How are we going backward? 16, 19. Page 19, 3.1a, right? Page 19, 3.1a. No noise. Page 19, 3.1a. No noise. Page 19, 3.1a. I'm recording, open up. I'm recording. Any problem? You want to ask me something? Is it very important? Should I pause? I should pause. Alright, activity page 19. Now we are on page 19 of the activity 3.1a, right? Is it only the A part we have to do? Yes. A, they said determine. No noise. Determine the domain and range of the given functions. A, we have 17 comma minus 9, 10 comma minus 5, 8 comma 3, 8 comma 4. Please, no noise. No noise. I'm not wearing my mic today, so anything you're saying is entering the video. Please, no noise. 6 comma minus 14. Class, so we should list the range and the do. Class, very simple. Anytime they give you a pair of functions like this, the first entry is the domain, second entry is the range. So the ranges here are minus 9, minus 5, 3, 4, and minus. Range are the second entry in a function expression. I need to do two relation and function. A relation has what we call, the order or binding factor of relation. It's what we call the order or binding factor of a relay. Before you start learning function, we first start with relation before function. In our class, even a function is a type of relation. All functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. All functions are relations, but not all relations are. There are conditions that make relations to be functions. That's why we explain the concept of domain, codomain, and range. Class, there's someone called codomain before you enter range. I'll be for another day. But domain is the first entry: 17, 10, 8, 8, 6. Class, this can never happen in a function. You know why? In this is a relation function, not just a function. This is not a function, this is a relation function. Class, in a function, every domain has one and only one codomain. You might not understand now till we get there. I'll teach relation and function in this class. Class, we have answered range. Are we to answer B? Yeah. No, right? So what's the next assignment? Page 23. Activity 3.5 A to E. Page 23, activity 3.5 A to E. No, now this is simple now. Page 23, right? Page 23, activity 3.5 A and A to E. No problem. Page 23 at 3.5 A to E. Page 23 at 3.5 A to E. They say let f of x, follow me, be equal to x squared. G of x be equal to 2x plus 1. Be two real function, be two real. A, find f plus g of x. F plus g of class, we are simply asked to add up the two functions. We are simply asked to do what? Class, f plus g of x is simply add up f of x to g of x. And it's simply class, there is no common term between f and g. There is no common term between f and g. The only thing we can do is to say x squared plus 2x plus 1. Final. There's nothing that can make x squared to add up 2x. They don't have the same term. This x squared, this the power here is squared, the power here is linear 1. So adding up the two functions is just to add f to g and you are done. Add f to g and you are. B said f minus g of x. F minus g of. So f is x squared minus g of x. Open bracket and put 2x plus. Use minus to open the bracket first. X squared minus 2x minus f minus g of C. F of g of, this one is composition of function. Composition of what? Function. Class, in composition of function, there is a primary and secondary function. The first function mentioned is primary, the second function mentioned is secondary. Oh, this is not composition yet because they did not put of. This is your multiplication of the two functions. Yes. This is product of the two. Because class, there's one between f g of x and f of. They did not put that off, so it's not composition, it's product of two. Multiply the two functions, so you have x squared times 2x plus x squared times 2x. 2x raised to power 3, right? Yes. X squared times 1, x. F g of x is 2x raised to power 3 plus x. D is quotient. D is what? Quotient. In the D part, they said f over g of. That's f is f, x squared. G is 2x plus. You can't go any further. Final. E. E said evaluate. Write down be fast, write down be fast, write down be. Okay, he's not part of it. Oh yeah, we are done. So it's A to D, right? Class E, let's just do it for doing sake. If h of x equals to x plus 2 all over x minus 3 at x equals to 5, at x equals to 5 is too simple. Anyway, you see x put 5. 5 plus 2. 5 minus 3. 7 over 2. 7 over. What's next assignment? Page 25. Actually 3.6C, right? Yes. Can I clean this? Page 25. Page 20. Activity 3.C. 3. What? Okay. Is there any time they clean that someone say, hey, all the time it's there, nobody will say anything. No. Express the function. Follow me. express the function f a r as a set of ordered pairs, as a set of ordered pairs. Given that f of x equals to x squared minus, okay, I understand. Class, they actually put this symbol there, f of a, express the function f of, it means anywhere we see x, replace with each component of a here, and express it as a set of ordered pairs. So what we are going to do is, f of x is x squared minus 1. Let's start with when x is
minus 4.
f of x will be minus 4 or minus 1. Minus 4 all square is 16. 16 minus 1.
15.
So when x is minus 4, f of x is 15, right?
Yes.
When x is 0, when x is what?
0.
We're going to do f of x. Anyway, we say x put 0. 0 square minus 1, so you have minus, because 0 square is 0. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Class, 0 minus 1 is not 0, hope you know.
Yes.
0 minus 1 is minus. When x equals 1, f of x, class, what we are simply doing is substituting each of these values into this function. Equals to, when x is 1, 1 squared minus 1. 1 minus 1,
0.
0. And the last one,
F is 4.
when x is 4, replace x as 4. F of x equals 4 square minus, what's 4 square? 16 minus 1. 15. We're not yet done. We're not expressed as a set of ordered, express the function f of a as a set of ordered pairs. When you are asked to express as a set of ordered pairs, you have to arrange the domain and the range as pairs, side by side. So we're going to say f of a must be equal to, open a curly bracket. When x was minus 4, open the bracket, minus 4, comma, what was f of x? 15, close the bracket. Another one, when x was 0, open another bracket, 0, comma, what do we have as 0? Minus 1. When x was 1, you write 1. What was f of x? 0. And the last one, when x was 4, we had what? These I have expressed this as a set of ordered pairs. You have expressed as a set of what? Ordered pairs. You have expressed as a set of ordered pairs. What's the next question? Page 33. Page 33. Number 2. Page 33 does not have I, it has 1, 2, 3, 4. Page 33, number 1, Abi. Number 2, question 1. Okay, this will allow me to teach you long division. This will allow me to teach you long division of polynomials. Good. This manual, by finishing this manual, you have finished your scheme of work. Yes, if you can finish this manual, you have finished your scheme of, well, everything in your Math 110 scheme of work is inside this manual class. Yes, complex number, partial fraction, sequence and series, permutation and combination. They short cut for permutation. I will teach you permutation and combination. Mathematical induction, binomial theorem, partial fractions, relation and function, real number system, set theory, set. They say use long division method to determine the quotient when the stated polynomial is divided by the bold-faced polynomial. Use long division method to determine the quotient qx when the stated polynomial is divided by the bold-faced polynomial. Can I clean? Plus 1. 6x squared minus 7x minus 12. X minus 3 follows. Please, can you remove your copying garment off and wear your understanding garment? Why are you laughing? Change from copying mode. Now I know you're in copying mode. I want to teach you. I've never taught this topic before to this set. Let me teach you so that in exam it can come out, and I'll teach you a shortcut. If I see that if you have to drop away your copying garment, I'll dash you one shortcut now. I'll dash you one short. Have you removed your copying garments?
Yeah.
Some people say no, I don't agree. Till exam, forward ever. Forward. Follow me, class. Long division of polynomial, class. What we call dividend. What we call divisor. What we call quotient. And what we call remainder. Follow me. This is not just assignment, I'm explaining teaching. Dividend, divisor, quotient, remainder. Who remembers from secondary school when we want to do long division, 50 divided by 4? Class, there are 3 steps in long division, whether polynomial or otherwise. The 3 steps are DMS. DM, where D stands for divide, M stands for multiply, S stands for subtract. Class, long division entails these 3 steps in repeated cycles. Divide, multiply, subtract. Divide, multiply, divide, multiply. Watch. 50 divided by 4. 5 divided by 4, you say 1. You just divided, right?
Yeah.
Multiply 4 times 1.
4.
Subtract 5 minus 4. 1. Then you now say bring down this. Don't do assignment for your junior brother. Please, there are some of you, don't try it. Some of you, it's better your brother do the assignment by themselves than for you to do it. Have you ever done assignment for your junior brother before and he failed everything? When he now came by, he said, Auntie, I've seen my results. He said, don't show me. Why you say don't show me? Because you know what you did. He said, don't show me, don't worry, just go and pray about it. Then divided by 4. We are dividing again, is every time you are doing long division, you are dividing, multiply, subtract. Then divided by 4, 2. 4 times 2. After every division, the next thing is multiply, then sub, then minus 8. Then 2 cannot divide 4. If you want to get a decimal, you borrow 0, right? And the decimal point to come here. Remember?
Yes.
So that 20 divided by 4 is,
5.
you now say 12 points. 4 times 5, 20 minus 20. Then you are done. Right? Why am I going back to primary school division? Class, if you want to store something in the brain, the easiest way to store something in the brain is to connect it to something that is in the brain before. Sometimes why I go to very simple things that you know is that to attract the difficult things into your brain, if there's something that you know about that thing before, you can relate it and bring it to your brain. Class, now that you know this, let's apply the same thing here. 6x squared. This is dividend, this is divisor, class. This is the dividend. The dividend is what is inside here. This is a divisor. The answer you get here is your what? And your remainder is what is left. After division can no longer go forward. You have your remain. So dividend divide divisor to give quotient and what? So that thing we did when we did 50 divided by 4. If I didn't want to get a decimal, it would have been 12 remainder 2. There was 2 remaining, right? And I borrowed 1 0 and I put dots here. So dividend divisor, quotient, remainder. This is what we are asked to do in polynomials. It's what we are asked to do in what? Class, if they ask you to find the quotient, there is no shortcut. You must do long division. But sometimes they will not ask you to find the quotient. They will say find the remainder. There is a short. I'll show you. But let me teach you this. Answer this question first. Follow carefully. (6x squared minus 7x minus 12 divided by x minus). Class, when doing long division, follow me carefully. Follow me. When doing long division, class, take the first person here divided by the first person Even when we're doing 50 divided by 4, remember, I did not bother about this. Let's say 5 divided by 5, put 1. I did not bother about this 0 first. Same thing here. God, forget about all these guys. Just take the first person here, divide by the first person. Don't forget, when doing long division, you're always dividing, multiply, subtract. Divide, multiply. 6x squared divided by x. Let's do it together. 6x squared divided by x cancels 1x. How many x is remaining? So we have 6. Divide, right? Next step is to multiply. Class, when we're dividing, we only divide this guy by this guy, right? When you're multiplying, this 6x multiply everybody here. So first of all, 6x times x. 6x squared. 6x times minus 3. Minus 18. Because 6 times minus 3 is minus 18. You have multiplied, right? After divide, multiply. What do you do next? 6x squared minus 6x squared. Minus 7x minus 18x. Minus times minus. Plus. So minus 7x plus 18x. Plus. Who do you bring down? Bring down minus 12. You have done the first cycle of divide, multiply, subtract. Go again, divide again. When dividing, it's only this first person divided by this first. 11x divided by x. X cancels. What's left? You have divided. You have. What's the next thing you do? Multiply. Class, when dividing, only this person divides this person, right? When multiplying, this person will multiply everybody. 11 times x. 11 times minus 3. After multiplying, what's the next thing you do? Sub. 11x minus 11x. Minus 12 minus 33. Minus times minus plus. So minus 12 plus 33.
21.
The remainder is 20. The quotient is 6x plus 11. The question says use long division to determine the quotient. Class, this is the answer to that assignment. Finish the assignment, but the remainder is 21. In another question, they could have asked you to find the remainder. Class, anytime they say find the remainder, you don't need to suffer to go through this long division to get remainder. You don't need to suffer to go through long division to get what? Class, for remainder, you can equate your divisor to 0. X minus 3 equals to, solve for x, what do you have? X equals to plus. X equals to what? G, shortcut, follow me, shortcut. If they say find remainder, if they say find quotient, you have no other option, you must use long. But if they ask to find this remainder, class, equate this guy to what? And solve for x is 3, right? Pay this 3 and put it to the main dividend. 6, anyway, CS put 3. Anyway, CS put, check, you have 21. 6 into bracket 3 square. Minus 7 into bracket. Minus 3 square is 9. 9 times 6, 50. 7 times 3, 20. Minus 54. Minus 21 minus 12. Minus 30. Check calculator. 54 minus 23. Remainder is 21. Without long division, I still got this remainder as 21. Without doing long, I'll come again one more time. Equate divisor to 0 and solve for x. Equate divisor to what?
0.
X minus 3 equals 0. How will you get x? Bring minus 3 to this. It becomes plus.
3.
After getting plus 3, take the plus 3 and put it in the dividend. Put it in the what? Any answer you get is your remainder. Class, anytime you do long division and the remainder is 0, it means that the divisor is a perfect factor of the dividend. Class, what we call factor theorem and remainder theorem. What we call factor theorem and remainder, we get there, we get there. There are so many things. What's the next page of the assignment? That's the end of the assignment. We finished about content assignment. Interesting. You say? I should not claim. Alright, so my content done and dusted. Thank you very much for your time. Now, we can still learn then. Okay. Today we want to look at partial fraction, Math 110. In preparation of the test tomorrow, I'm having a feeling that partial fraction is something you should know if you're going to write well in the test, or even in your exam, even if it doesn't come out in the test. It's an important topic for your exam. It's in your scheme of work. If not for any other reason, it's in your scheme of class. So we're looking at partial fraction. Usually what they do in partial fraction, they ask you to decompose a particular fraction into its component partial fraction. The partial fraction of a particular expression you are given, a particular quotient you are given, means what are the likely fractions that when summed up together can give this fraction. Plus, if you add up 1 over 4 and another 1 over 4, you have 2 over. This therefore means that 1 over 4 and 1 over 4 are partial fractions of 2 over 4. They are partial fractions of what?
2 over 4.
So now, let's take a real question. Give me your manner. There's partial fraction in your manner. Now, we have different types of partial fraction class. We have the rules for partial fractions. Write down 1. We have partial fraction with linear factors. Partial fraction with linear factors. Follow me. The first type of partial fraction we have is partial fraction with linear. How are they now? 311 Abi. Well done. Partial fraction with linear factors. Partial fraction with linear. Class, look at this. 2 all over x plus 2, x plus 3. Class, why do we call this linear factor? Because the highest power of x is 1, so we call it linear. Class, the denominator is the one that we look at when looking at partial fraction. The denominator. Class, for this kind of partial fraction, you can be given this question in the exam and asked to decompose. To decompose this into partial fraction, class, it means that there are 2 fractions that can be added up together to give this fraction. What are they? There are 2 fractions that when added up together, they will give this. And for it to be a fraction, you must have numerator and denominator. Let the numerator of the first fraction be A, and let the numerator of the second fraction be B. The numerator is settled. The numerator is what? Settled. Now the denominator, let the denominator be one of this denominator x plus 2, and let the second one be x plus 3. So therefore, this is the first step when you want to solve partial fraction. You are asked to decompose this into partial fraction. 2 all over x plus 2, x plus 3. Class, you know that there are 2 possible fractions that will give this fraction. Do you know why I know? Because I have 2 denominators. I have what? If my question possesses 3 denominators, it means that my answer will be 3 possible partial fractions. It means that I will say a all over x plus 1 plus b all over x plus c all over x plus 3. So class, what this means that the more the number of the denominators, the more partial fractions can be formed by that expression. So how many denominators the fraction has determines the number of partial fractions you obtain. The number of denominators the fraction has determines the number of partial fractions you will. When we had only 2 denominators, I had only 2 answers, right? Yes. When one more denominator was added, you're not saying C, right? Plus, if there are 4, there will be a D. If there are 5, there will be an E. But let's pray against D and E, right? Because so questions that you don't read, you pray against them. There are some questions you don't read, you don't pray. You say, Lord Jesus minus devil, you will not come out. God forbid bad. Because he has the ability to take away all the time you have in the exam. Anyways, I also told you yesterday there are some questions that you don't solve first in an exam. Even if you get it, will drain you of a lot of mental energy. Have you finished solving a question? It took you time, you got the answer, but you still feel somehow. It has taken more than the answer, but it was not worth the 2 marks. Imagine all questions carry the same mark, but one question is taking more time than the other. I usually like telling students, go for the simpler questions first. Class, there's a ginger you have when you have answered like 15. You have 35 questions in the exam. And you are saying that I don't get like 20. 20 is sure. That backup you have of 20 out of 35 can give you the foundation to attack those difficult questions in ways you might not be able to imagine. Class, there's what we call psychology of an examination of a student in the exam. Class, there's a big difference between a student that has gotten 20 already and a student that is still struggling to get 5. Someone that has gotten 20 has a bit of positive energy going forward, has a bit of momentum. Tough questions kill your momentum in the exam. These things have been studied though, they're not things I'm just saying, they've been studied. They're people that look into education, they study students. Someone that say taking number 1, I must finish number 1 before I go to number 2. I must finish number 2 before I go to number 3. Whether I get it or not, I will not leave number 3. I like my things arranged. I like my things. Your F will also be what? Arranged. Class, there's no law against starting from number 35. Your question is 1 to 35. I will take number 35 first. If I have that normal ritual in an exam ritual, Anytime I start an exam, I go to the last question. Another thing with exam, when they say start, class, don't follow that pressure. Start. You know that thing they say start. You have already started with the wrong foot. Calm down. Everybody start. Maybe they start. It's not that few seconds that you not rush that will kill you. Calm yourself down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep. Make sure you are relaxed. For some of you, I know you will not do it. Some of you take a deep breath and start planning where you copy from. Take a deep breath and start planning where you copy. Who no book around here? Who no book around? Take a deep breath. Yes, so say take a deep. Now follow success. So I say take a deep. After that, I beg. Chairman number 2 alpha. Class. There's no rule. There's no what? Check 35. Do I know it? Take number 20. Class. Let me give you the secret. We are here to pass exam. Forget partial. We are here to pass exam. When you start your exam, screen through your questions. Select out all the simple questions first. Do them first. Even if they are just 5, even if they are just 10. The ones that will not stress your brain. Class, even if you see a tough question and you can answer it, don't answer it yet. Class, you might get the question, but you will lose more than that mark that you got. You say this question, I can get it, but I know it should be very long. Leave it first. Pick out all the simple questions. Because what used to pay some students is this. Have you ever written an exam before? And because we were doing number 1, number 2, number 3, when you now go to number 20, you now collected your script and you still have 21 to 35. When they are collecting your script, you now start seeing some very simple questions down. It will not be paining, hey, I never answer. They are simple. Because you not screen your question, you were busy in number 1, number 2, number 3. They have now collected your script, something that you know down, you do not look at it at all. So maybe you do not get to see some questions. When they give you a question paper, screen everything. Pick out all the simple. And let it not be said that they collected your script and there's something you know that I did not do. And let it be that you be okay, thank God I did my best. The ones I know I did not miss any simple question. No exam is 100% difficult and no exam is 100% simple. You know, passing exam is the skill too. Have you seen people that read but they used to fail? They are intelligent but they don't know how to pass exam. Passing exam is a... You hear when people say the exam is not a true test of intelligence. Some people are intelligent but they don't know how, they don't operate under pressure. Some people they know the thing. After the exam they know it back. But during the exam they don't like anything pressure. Some people cannot work with pressure. Exam is pressure. Exam is timed. Exam is in a confined environment. A lot of factors can affect the students failing an exam, even if they know it. So sometimes it's not just teaching you in class. Some students need to be trained on how to pass exam. Exam psychology. Screen your questions. Number 135. Pick out all the simple. Make sure, even if they are just 5, you know they're okay. It gives you a bit of confidence. Okay, I don't think I'm missing. I don't need to rush. Because when you are solving number 1, that formal method. When you are solving number 1, number 2, you'll be rushing, thinking, hey, you'll be tensed. When you have already seen the question finish, you don't see and finish. Okay, so this is everything. So you know what's obtainable. Okay, even if they collect my script. You've answered 10 or 15. There are some, if you screen your question, if you studied for the exam very well, there are some that you see that they are repeated exam questions. So you don't even need to solve, just pick your answer. I've seen this before. Or it's repeated but not the same question. They change some things, I can do it quickly. Oh, this one, so there's a shortcut here, shortcut. Pick like 10 or 15. It's not much, no problem, but at least, even if it's just 10 minutes, 5. Those ones, sure, you are sure now. Class, imagine starting from this standpoint. You are starting from 15 sure marks. Someone is starting from number 2 or number 1, still struggling, struggling. Because there will be, if you follow the formal method, as you are solving, there will be some questions you will not see answer. You will go and solve again. You will not see answer. You go and solve. Someone is seeing that question. There will be 3 types of that question in your exam. Mark my word. They are called time wasters. They are called what? Class, lecturer intentionally said those questions. They are very simple. Imagine someone setting not exactly this question, but I want to give an example. 2 plus 2. Option A, 5. Option B, 10. Option C, 20. Option D, all. I'm not saying this is that question that you see, but something simple. You'll be looking at it. When you first cite that question, you say, thank God, I don't answer one. I don't see one where I know. I've written an exam before. Number 1, you don't get them. Number 2, you don't get them. Number 3, nothing come. Number 5, 6, 7. You now read 10. 2 plus 2. Oh God, the Lord has read by fire. 2 plus. You now say, I'm ready. I mean, no book here. 2 plus 2. You now go to the option A, 5. Option B, 10. Option C, 20. D, all. All how? You now go back to the question 2 plus. I've been at 2 times 2 then put here. I've been at 2 divided by 2. You now hold the script like this. I know the same way. 2 plus 2. You now ask your friend, Choma, waiting be your number 5. Now 2 plus 2, now waiting they ask me, no, sir, no, not catch me. I know so we'll be friends, but no, will not catch me. Now 2 plus 2 now. You get 4 for your option. Say, let me, you don't make me finish this exam. 4, no, they're my option. You gotta solve again 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2. 2 plus. Class, they set it there. It's very simple, so you will not want to leave it. Some of you are emotional in exam. Leave that question alone. This set there to waste your time. You will be looking at 2 plus 2. Time is going. That's what the lecturer wants to achieve, and you are a good subject for it. It's like that. I can even show you in the past. Very simple question. It's not difficult. Very what? So please take note. Is someone asking me a question? Okay. What are you supposed to do? Class. You want to put all of the above? I pity you. Just leave it alone. If there's the examiner is in the hall, you can raise your hand and ask. Make a complaint. But class, you that have not answered to 10 questions, don't raise up your hand. Continue your exam. Now, best we don't finish, we get time.
Yes.
So everybody will say, okay, wait, stand up, wait. You want to ask a question? Wait, stand up. Your time is going. Stand up. You have a question, right? Let them go and call the examiner. Your time is. Say, sir, don't worry, the question is correct. Continue. Sir, don't. Sir, I was just joking. Sir, let me sit down. My time is going now. You have a question for the lecturer, okay, stand up. Stand up, the lecturer is coming. Before lecturer will leave all the there are different halls and come and say, okay, what's the question? Number 2, okay. Just continue the other one. You must not get everything. Class, 2 all over x plus 2x plus 3. This will be a all over x plus 2 plus b all over x plus. Do not solve for a and b and you are done with the partial fractions. How do you solve for a and b? Find the LC. Class, in this side we still have 2 all over x plus 2, x plus 3. And on this side, LCM x plus 2 x plus 3, x plus 2, x plus. Follow me. X plus 2 x plus 3 divided by x plus 2 is x plus 3, right? Times a into bracket x plus x plus 2 x plus 3 divided by x plus 3. B into bracket x plus. Like simple rule is just say a times x plus 3, b times x plus. Just cross this to this, cross this to. At this point, class, our left hand side and right hand side have the same denominator. X plus 2 x plus 3, cancel x plus 2 x plus. My left and right have the same denominator. My left hand side and right hand side have the same denominator. They cancel each other. What's left? 2 equals a. Expand the bracket. A times x. A times 3. B times x. B times 2. So 2 equals to ax plus 3a plus bx plus 2. 2 now equals to ax plus bx plus 3a plus 2b. What did I just do? I created like ax to bx, then 3a to 2b. Class, what we're going to do? Once you get here, equate equivalent parameters. Equate what? Equate equivalent parameters. What do I mean? Class, on the left hand side, equate components of x on the left hand side to components of x on the right hand. Class, in this right hand side, we have components that contain x and components that do not contain x. In this right hand side, we have components that contain x and components that don't contain. But on the left hand side, we only have components that don't contain x. We don't have the one that contains. Class, we introduce 0x. We introduce what? 0 times x is 0. 0 plus 2 is 2. It doesn't change the question. It doesn't change the. But class, what we are going to do? By introducing 0x here, it allows us to equate everybody that has x here to everybody that has x here. And those that don't have x here to those that don't have x here. Thereby forming a simultaneous equation. So we are going to have ax plus bx must be equal to 0. Class, not all questions you will need to put 0x here. Some questions will naturally come with x on the left hand. But when there's no x component on the left hand side, introduce 0 so that you can equate x component on the left hand side to x component on the right hand side. So you have ax plus bx equals to 0x. Divide all through by 0, divide all through by x, divide all through by what? S cancel s, s cancel s, s cancel. So that a plus b equals 0. Equation. And don't forget, equate those that don't have x to those that don't have x. 3a plus 2b must be equal to what? 2. 3a plus what? 2b must be equal to what? Equation 2. Follow. So a plus b equals 0, equation 1. 3a plus 2b equals to 2, equation 2. If a plus b equals 0, can we make a set the formula? A therefore must be equal to minus b. If b goes to this side, it becomes minus b. When b goes to this side, the sign will change to what? So from equation 1, we have that a equals to minus b. Let this be equation 3. Now go to equation 2. Anywhere you see a, put minus b. Go to equation 2. Anywhere you see a, put minus 3 into bracket minus b plus 2b equals to 2. I substitute for a as minus. Remember secondary school, there are two methods of solving simultaneous equation, right? Yes. Substitution method and elimination. Yes. Remember now, 3 times minus b minus 3b plus 2b equals to, what is minus 3b plus 2b? Minus b. Minus equals to 2. If minus b equals to 2, it means that b is minus, b is what? And if b is minus 2, a is minus b. A is what? So a is minus 2. Therefore a is plus, a is minus 2, so therefore a is plus 2. I get minus b. From equation 1, a plus b equals 0. I move plus b to this side, it becomes minus. From equation 1, a plus b, instead I get a equals to minus b, right? From equation 1, I made a set of the, if a plus b is 0, move plus b to this, it becomes a equals to minus b. It becomes what? A equals to minus. I now substitute for a as minus b in equation 2. It means anywhere I see a in equation 2, I put minus. So 3 into bracket minus b plus 2b equals to 2. Look at it, 3 into bracket minus b plus 2b equals to 3 times minus b minus 3 plus 2b equals to minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1b, which is minus. If minus b is 2, it means that b is minus, it means that b is minus. And if b is minus 2, a is minus b, a is minus. So that is minus 2, which is plus. So a is 2. Coming back to the partial fraction, a is what? And b is minus 2. Plus and minus, therefore be minus. So class, these two partial fractions can be what make up this fraction. We have been able to decompose this fraction into two partial. Huh? Did I get it? Class, at this point, I notice that there's no x component on the left hand side. My right hand side have those people that have x and those people that don't have. But my left hand side only has those that don't have x. It doesn't have those that have. I have the right to introduce x as 0x. 0 times x doesn't mean anything. It doesn't affect my equation, right? But it helps me to balance what? My expression. So that I can equate those that have x to this side to those that have x on this. And those that don't have x on this side to those that don't have x on this. Like 1 or 2 or your school fees. Can put your school fees there. I'm joking, you can't add another value. It must be 0, it must be. Why is 0 very important? Because 0 is nothing. So it means that it does nothing to my question. It doesn't change the question. Class, adding another number to it, apart from 0, we change the whole. Imagine lecturer giving you a question, you not change the question and solve your own question. But 0 is nothing, so nothing is done to the question. By adding 0 to an question, nothing is done to the. You still maintain the integrity of the question, you're able to solve to get the answer. Class. Don't forget, we say we have different types of partial fraction. This partial fraction with linear factor, with linear what? But next one, we want to go to this partial fraction with repeated factor. Repeated what? Yeah, if minus b equals to 2, if minus, it means that b is minus 2 now. It's a rule. If minus b equals to 2, if you want to be, okay, multiply both sides by minus. Multiply both sides by minus and minus plus, and minus will be a b is minus. Let's do one more type of partial fraction and we'll go home. Eh? You have tried. You have. Let's do one more type of partial fraction. Let's do one more type of partial. Partial fraction with repeated factors. Although we have a third one called partial fraction with quadratic factors. Then we still have another partial fraction whereby the power of numerator and denominator, if one is bigger than the other, you use long division first. But I'll do 2 today at least. Then if tomorrow the question pass is more than your power, we'll see how we can come. So please, some of you, make sure you're active on that group so you know what's going on. Today now some people know you're on that group, but they didn't know that there's assistance there for them. And so when you're in that group, there's a reason why we added it to that group. Some of you won't drop the group one place. It's today that you remember that you have test now, you went back. There's no network. Okay? I mean, no test now, no network, no. Repeated factors. Class, what do you mean by repeated? Repeated factors means if you have 2 all over x plus 2 into bracket x plus 3 all squared. Class, once one of your factor is squared or cubed, it's already a repeated. It's a repeated what? And it has a different rule. Not quite different, but at least something not exactly the same. Class, for partial fraction with repeated factors, you're going to say A all over. One person is not repeated, this person is repeated, right? One person is not repeated, this person. What do you mean by repeated? What if it occurs twice? What is x plus 3 all squared? Is it not x plus 3 in 2 places? X plus 3 again, right? This is repeated. That's why it's called repeated. Are you copying or are you understanding? X plus 3 all squared. This is not an assignment, so why should you be copying? Don't use copying brain for understanding time. X plus 3 all squared means x plus 3 again. And because it's repeated, we call it repeated. But one of the factors is not repeated. So this one that's not repeated, you say A all over x plus. Now say plus B all over this guy, but without the repetition. Without the what? Without the repetition. Then plus C all over with the repetition x plus 3 squared. Class, you're going to mention x plus 3 twice. The first time you use x plus 3, don't square it. Second time, square it. This is how you deal with partial fraction with repeated factors. This is how you deal with what? This is how we deal with partial fraction with repeated factors. I come again. This guy is not repeated, so just A all over x plus 2. A all over what? But this guy is repeated, so say B all over x plus 3 plus C all over x plus 3 all squared. Then solve accordingly. Solve. Class, if the two of them are squared, what will happen? What will 2 all over x plus 2. Every day with new topics that are coming up in this mathematics, it should be more reason why you should ensure that this is not the course, you don't fail at this course. If you don't know, you're not enjoying this, then you shouldn't want to repeat it again next year. Any score less than 40 is F. If you're not enjoying this, you don't really like maths, you know. Listen, does it not end? Formula upon formula, formula upon different rules. More reason why you should open your eyes and just do it once and for all and pass. Class, this time around we have 2 of them are repeated, right? We're going to have A all over this guy without repetition, plus B all over this guy again with repetition, with what? Plus C all over this second guy without repeat, plus D all over this guy with. These kind of questions, avoid them first, or avoid them. Just grade them and pass. Sir, how are you doing? How's the family? Avoid them and pass first. Don't start. Who starts exam with this kind of thing? Even if you get it, it's only 2 marks. Every question carries 2 marks. You have lost more than the 2 marks. For that time that this question will take from you, you could have answered 5 simple questions. 5 times 2, 10. This one, called stubbornness. I must get them. I know this topic. Now this thing I read for book. I must get them. You see? Partial fraction does not have shortcuts. And that is why don't start with it Look for all those simple questions. Power of a set. Cardinality. Cardinality means how many members are in the set. They always bring it out. Check your past question. Cardinality. Power. Power is 2 raised per cardinality. Look for those kind of questions. Okay, that shortcut they thought of remainder. They always bring a remainder theorem every year. That one I got shortcuts. No one I will do a proper shortcut. So you know all the things that shortcut can work and the one that shortcut cannot. Class, imagine they now make this cube. What if one of them is cube? What if one of them is what? I will go further and say plus e all over s plus 3 raised to power. If one of them is what? I mean, you mention him alone, mention him squared, and mention him. I hope you get the concept, the idea. You get the idea? Yes. Solving this, because it's not enough to just be able to write it out. You now solve for A, B, and you now do what? I said there's no shortcut. Many times we ask me. Class. Before I solve, let me just give you the third one with quadratic factor. With what? Partial fraction with quadratic factors. Look at this. 2 all over x plus 2 into bracket s squared plus 3. Class, why do we call this quadratic factors? Check. Before now, the square has always been outside the bracket. This is not quadratic. This is all repeated. But class, when one of your denominator is x is carrying square. Class, the between x squared plus 3 and x plus 3 or x plus 3 or squares, x plus 3 in 2 places repeated. But this is a quadratic now because the highest power of x is 2. Here, this 2 is not for x, it's for the brackets, 2 of them. This quadratic pattern, it has zone, it has zone. When one of the denominator is quadratic, what will you do? Class, this one is not quadratic, right? So give this one a, this a all over what? X plus. This guy that is quadratic will now be plus bx plus c plus what? The person that is quadratic has bx plus c. S squared plus what? A all over x plus 2 plus bx plus c all over x plus s squared plus 3. Why am I giving you the rule? Because after you get the rule, the next thing is to find LCM and solve for A, B, and C, equal to equivalent parameters, right? Just like we did in the first question. But the rule is very important. The rule brings you here, then find LCM, equal to equivalent parameters, and get your final answer. Are we together, class? Yes. In the numerator or denominator? 2 plus x. No, it won't change. Nothing that happens up will make your formula change. Everything depends on down only. Everything depends on. Yes, that's what I'm about getting to. What if your denominator, 2 of them are quadratic? S squared plus 2 and s squared plus 3. S squared plus 2 and what? We're now going to have ax plus b all over s squared plus 2 plus cx plus d all over s squared plus 3. Ax plus b all over s squared plus 2 plus cx plus d all over s squared plus 3. Then find LCM and solve accordingly. Solve. When we come in our next Math 110 class, I will actually continue from here. Please keep this note and be consistent so that it not be that next people that are not connected. When did you teach this one? Make sure you're the one that is here to be around. Be what? I hope you have learned something today. Yes. See you on tomorrow. What do we have tomorrow? Physics, right? So the chemistry, we have chemistry tomorrow. Physics on Friday. Physics on. We have chemistry tomorrow by 12:30. Tomorrow's class is 12. Please, you have not registered with us. Try and do so. Try and do. I will start chasing you out. If you have not registered, if you have not balanced, I'll start chasing you out. This is not a free class, so.